I seriously, truly always forget just how good the F450, and I know a bunch of you are like, well, why don't you just keep it clean? I promise you, as much as this truck gets used, it is actually harder to keep clean than you think. If you do man, this thing is absolutely killer cleaned up. I think I already said that, or I am going to say it again here coming up very, very soon. But man, do I love the way this thing looks when it is cleaned up, shining and looking bright. So before we get into the video, I want to give a huge shout out to Lance. His Instagram is life@150mph, as you see on the screen there. And then another huge shout out to Late Model Racecraft. As you guys do know, Street Speed 717, they do all his Corvettes. They actually stored the pieces that you are going to see for a couple days and actually help load them onto the transit truck. So I got to give those companies and Lance a huge shout out. I couldn't have done this without them. They saved me a couple dollars in shipping doing it this way. So again, huge thank you to Steven at Late Model Racecraft and Lance for what we purchased here at life@150mph. Thanks, guys. Go ahead and roll the footage. And I know a bunch of you probably like, well, Steve, why don't you just keep it clean then? It's a lot easier said than done. This thing is a work truck. It gets used. It is a thoroughbred, tried and true. This thing just, I mean, if you've been with the channel for a long time, you understand just half of the things that this truck have been through. I haven't recorded everything, but this truck gets used and used very much. I love this truck. Today it's time to do a little bit of kind of some routine maintenance, I want to call it, or some upgrading. That's actually upgrades, I won't lie, but today we're going to do some upgradings. We got to get this interior out of here, and I'll show you why here in a minute. I'm not sure if the title and the thumbnail go ahead and show it, but got to get these seats out. They're actually not in terrible shape for 300,000 miles, but we're gonna get the seats out here. I need to switch over some bracketry, and well, I just gave it away. So without further ado, let's get these seats out of here, and well, I'll show you what we're doing. Oh boy, that's actually pretty gross, but I think it's a lot better than most people would think, especially since I basically live out of this truck. And 300,000 miles, you know I don't clean under the seat. as you can tell, we've got our old seats all out here, and we've got our official new black leather interior going in the back. But as you can tell, we've got the rear seats here. Now, they do look like they are going to be different, but they're not. So this is actually like an add-on tray. I'm not really 100% sure if I'm going to put the tray back on, but the bolt holes and everything on this seat are here to put it on if I wanted to, but I'm not really sure that I need it. And to be honest, it kind of actually, you know, took up a lot more space than I think I'm going to use. So I'm going to go ahead and install it without these for now. And if we do like them and I do miss them, I will end up putting them back on. But basically, these were supposed to be for like a flat surface when the seat is down. I'll show you here towards the end of the video. But these end up folding down and laying flat on the ground. I don't really need them. I don't think I've ever even used them actually. But let me get these seats installed back in the truck. A moment of truth here with it laid down. Flip through your handle. Ready?
Wait, back?
No, pull it up.
Oh.
Like
this one?
No, that one to the back of the truck. Yep. Bam. That is gonna look so much cooler. Now this one I did spill something on, so we got to get that cleaned off, but man, does that make it look so much different in this truck. All right, I've got to get the rail switched over on the bottoms, but you can tell also this one did have a fourth leg here. That leg is actually part of the bottom tray here, as you can tell. So we will probably end up putting this back on just because of cosmetic reasons. Again, I don't really necessarily need this, but I think it's going to look better with this on there rather than there being like a little saucer size hole in the carpet. But let me go ahead and get the seat swapped over in the front, and this thing's gonna look freaking killer. So again, I think what we're gonna do, I'm not sure if I mentioned it yet or not, but we're gonna go ahead and paint these trim pieces, see how it turns out. I'm not gonna, you know, go too crazy. I'm still gonna leave, that is a King Ranch center console. I'm still gonna probably leave that black and the lower parts of the dash and everything black. Not really sure I want to go ahead and paint all of that along with the door cards here. They are still, you know, they're in good shape. They are tan, but I'm not really sure I want to change these yet. If I get a good deal on some black door cards, or if anybody knows where I can get the black door cards, definitely let me know. But I'm not in a big rush to go ahead and do all that. But let's get the front swapped in. Alrighty, the driver's seat we have installed here, and time to move over to the passenger seat. We've got them all bolted in here, and again on the plastics here, we're gonna go ahead and paint up. We're gonna leave them out for right now, unless I can find black plastics from somewhere. But for now, we're just gonna go ahead and leave these ones in. Kids are excited for a cleaner, newer interior, but I went ahead and got everything functioning where it should. I guess I could have showed you from the other side, but this is the door trim, so I just figured I'd walk over. But I've got everything in over here. We'll go ahead and paint this black. On the back here, he said these were painted black anyway. You can see they're kind of tan from scratches, so we'll go ahead and get these off, get these all repainted black. But this thing's going to look freaking killer. It's gonna feel like a whole new truck. And these seats are 100% softer than the other seats were. It's kind of weird to sit there and say that, but these seats, I don't think I ever conditioned them. I mean, you can tell like how firm they are. These seats up here, I mean, they are like soft and supple. They have some padding to them. Like, these things are a whole nother new truck, and I think his truck has low mileage on it too. So there you guys have it. We've got the interior all swapped over. This is the very first mod of a bunch that are actually coming. I was gonna say very many coming, but everything's looking killer, guys. I'm freaking excited. I hope you guys are too. I hope you guys enjoy the F450 coming back, and coming back with a vengeance. I am gonna go ahead and pull the orange wrap off it probably later this week. Whole nother look to it, guys. Just stay tuned for all of that. We're just making our basic changes as we go. But there you guys have it again. If you like the content, please smash that like button, please subscribe, and I will see you guys in an upcoming video. Best thing about all of this is no airbag light, no seatbelt lights or warning indicators or anything like that. So the job is done. It's off to the kids' practice. All right, guys and girls, so since I was actually sitting here editing, I realized that one of the scenes of giving the shout out to Lance here, life at 150 mile per hour, definitely check him out. He's got a pretty sweet 6.4. It looks like a Ford Escape also, and a Ford, what I want to call a Ford Focus maybe. Don't quote me on that. But definitely check out Lance there. Definitely give him a follow on all his social media there. Life at 150 mile per hour. Definitely hooked us up on the new seats here, and I can't be any more happy. Now again, guys, the other thing I am thinking here is I think I'm gonna actually source a black carpet for this. I might not change a bunch of things in the interior and make that black, but I definitely think a black carpet would really make this thing stand out. The tan doesn't really, you know, it doesn't clash as bad as I originally thought it was going to in this truck. So I don't know, let me know in the comment section down below what you guys think here. But again, huge shout out to everybody who's helped me out. Late Model Racecraft actually stored the seats down there with them, and you know, Lance obviously for running them over to Late Model Racecraft. He lives obviously in Texas. I wasn't able to actually physically meet him, but great guy. Definitely check him out.